Ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. So I finally made it to the UK. Hooray! Now, if you want to know why I'm super happy, have you heard about Brexit? I finally made it to the UK before 31st December 2020, and that's a big deal. Yes, because Brexit! And most importantly, if you hold African passport, then you know that it's a big deal moving around in the world. So I finally made it. It took me almost a whole year to get through this process. A lot of tears, a lot of depression, a lot of roller coaster. And so I want to share that story with you. Are you ready? Stay tuned. Hello, you, welcome back. Now I want to tell you this story is going to be exactly very long, okay? It's going to be very long, so I will urge you to get yourself a cup of hot chocolate, tea, coffee, wine, champagne, or even a cocktail, okay? Because it's going to be long. My name is Mifit, and as always, this story is going to motivate and inspire you because you are all motivated and inspired. Now, let's dive straight to the long story. So, if you have been watching me or you've been following me, by the way, thank you. If you have been, if this is your first time, thank you for clicking here. Don't forget to subscribe, turn the notification button on so you get every video that I post. But if you've been following me, then you know that before I came to Spain, I had always wanted to go to Denmark, and I couldn't make it, so I came to Spain. And since I didn't find a greener pasture in Spain that I came for, I'm still looking for other opportunities in other countries. Let me sip first, okay? Oh, yeah. So, and when I met my husband, I influenced him with the same idea, and he is so into it. So, I love traveling. I want to use the opportunity to live in other countries, make friends, dive into other people's cultures, and just build a great financial background. So, he was into that same idea, so we've been looking for opportunities in other countries, in Europe, of course. We need to get that money, then we go spend it in other countries. So yeah, I gave it a try. Again, Denmark came in. We were looking into Andorra. My husband didn't like Andorra. I do want Andorra, so I applied to some jobs. I made some moves, but it didn't fall through. And so fast forward. So my whole plan for 2020 was to go into organic cosmetic products, which I was already making, soaps, body scrub, and all those yummy delicious products that you can use to treat yourself, as well as offering massage courses online. So I was working towards all of that, creating the course and all of that. Then January, my husband told me one of the days, I can't remember the exact date, but he said, look, I've been contacted by this company and they seem serious, because a lot of companies contacted him from England, Ireland, and all of that, but it didn't went through. And I'm like, never like to live in English speaking countries apart from but okay, there is money, we're going. Okay, so finally everything went through. He signed the contract, it was sealed. Then we know he's coming, or we are coming to England on the 28th of January. Hooray! I was happy, he was happy, we're all excited, even though I don't like English speaking countries. Then I started reading more about me, how to get to England, because I still have my African or Ghanaian West African biometric passport, and I know how it is for me to travel with an African passport. It almost like we committed a crime, you know. So I started looking, and I realized that I need some sort of visa or permission to be able to enter the UK. So I wrote everything that I need to know as a foreigner or as an expat in England, okay? So I read everything. I spent days, nights reading. It was into me, okay? So I was preparing all of that, because that's what I always do, and I always advise you to do that. I joined groups on Facebook and all of that. Okay, that was Okay, that plan was in. So, okay, the whole idea was us to come together, okay? But from family and friends, we realized that it was a better idea that he comes first, do his probation, and when he is finally on permanent contract, then it's a great life for me to join him, because sometimes you could just leave and after your probation, the company doesn't want to work with you. So then you will find yourself wanting. So, okay, we're like, great idea. So we laid down all our plans, and I impulsively decided to take an IT course as a web developer. I will tell you, okay, because I need to make a whole video on that, how I decided to become a programmer or a web developer. Okay, so let's just stick to the fact that I just made up my mind to start taking a course. The course was going to last exactly 3 months as his probation. So my husband and I at the time, we were legal domestic partners, but not married. So we were working towards that to get married 2020. And so we said, okay, best. You travel, you go do your probation, I do my course, which is going to be 3 months. The course will finish on the 8th of May, okay? And I will fly from Barcelona to Alicante, and we will get married on the 9th, because he's going to fly from Exeter, England to Alicante as well. Then we get married on the 9th of May, and on the 10th of May, we will fly back to Exeter. 2 of us start living our lives, right? But before then, okay, whilst I'm taking the course, his mother is going to fly in one of the days to help me pack, because we lived in 3-bedroom house with a whole lot, like every room was full. So I needed help, somebody to help me pack all the stuff. COVID was fucking not in the equation, okay? It was not calculated, because it was just in the air. There is something called COVID. People were affected in October, November in Wuhan. Okay, it was just in the air. I started my course on the 24th of February, the exact date that my husband left, so we couldn't even say proper goodbyes. I was so emotionally drained. The course was very difficult. Programming is very, very difficult. I urge you to do it, but it's very, very difficult. Just prepare yourself for it. I was confused, frustrated, and luckily for me, I met a lady, a Ghanaian girl who is one of the teachers. So, I mean, I could relate to her, and she was helping me with other teachers. Like, they were very, very great on motivating us to keep up with the course. Oh my God. Okay, that was then 2 weeks into the course, boom, there was a lockdown, COVID. What? Like, my husband is in another country and there was a lockdown. Like, oh my God, no, that's not happening. Yes, but it did happen. Everything was shut down. My in-law cannot travel from Alicante to Barcelona, so I had to be packing the stuff alone. So that was really tedious. Programming from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you're a programmer or you tried it one time, you know you never stop programming, okay? Even in your sleep, you're still programming. So I had to go through that, be able to keep up, and at the same time pack 3-bedroom houses, okay? And I could not let anyone come into my house because it's COVID. I don't want anyone to give me that shit. So no way. I'm doing everything on my own, and even if I wanted, no one could move about. Then we had to keep our stuff in a warehouse. Good. Okay, then I also realized that my passport was expiring, so I could not travel with it at a given or estimated date that I had to travel. So I sent the passport to the Ghana embassy, and I think after 2 days the country was shut down. So I was without a passport. Do you know what that feels? So I was thinking, if there is anything that is going to happen and we all have to go back to our country, how am I going to go to my country? I have no passport, okay? I just have my resident permit. Okay, so it was getting crazy. I was not hearing anything. Okay, I had to pack the things by myself in our 3-bedroom house. I was able to pack them, but then I was depressed because I needed materials like cartons, like sellotapes to pack the stuff. And I was so confused, even though I buy and I purchase so much on Amazon. At that time, I was extremely confused and didn't know that I could even buy from Amazon. So I was literally crying all the time. There was one time we had a call. I had a call, like an assessment call with my teachers to check my codes and an application that I was working on, and I was crying. I'm like, please, can we talk later? Like, I was crying, like a grown-ass woman crying. Okay, so yeah, and then the Ghanaian teacher called me one-on-one because she was really nice to me, and she's like, what's up? I'm like, yeah, this is my problem. I need to pack alone. I'm just confused. I need to move out of this house at this given time, but due to the situation, I'm not sure I can do it. I need to buy some materials and I don't even know where to get them. And she's like, you can get it on Amazon. I'm like, Amazon is not delivering. And she's like, yes, but let's take your time, the time you need to get out of the house, into consideration and everything. Amazon will deliver in 2 weeks and it's still within your time. Okay. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know, when you're depressed and confused, the list thing becomes very, like, you hardly think about them. Okay, so you need somebody. Then that's the one thing that is so good. When you're broken, don't keep it to yourself. Let other people know you're broken, you're vulnerable, you need help, and people will support you. I mean, there are crazy people who would know, but there is that one person who will come in to support you. So that lady was the one who came in, because everything my husband was saying at that time was annoying me. You know why? Because it's far away from me, I'm alone. Oh my god, it was a crazy moment. Okay, so I was able to pack the stuff. Fast forward, I left the house, our home, because we were renting. My husband was able to contract an individual who was giving the services of moving items from homes to warehouse. So he came in with his guys and we were able to do that. And I moved in to my friend's house, my best friend's house, because I could not move out of the region or even out of Barcelona. Okay, I couldn't go to Alicante, so I was there. My course finished on the 8th of May, but I could not leave because the borders were closed. I waited. Now, we want to get married, okay? We send our documents. This took us a long time, gathering documents from Ghana, and everything was long. So we sent our documents to the judge. The judge needs to append his signature that everything is verified. We are eligible to get married. And then the lockdown came. Okay, so we were not hearing also from the judge, from the office. Oh my god, everything was shut down. And this was in Alicante. So my mother-in-law was also trying her possible best how to get in touch. Then finally in June, July, they started coming to phases where you could go out now to buy. There were times, oh my god. Okay, my in-law was able to get the document and submit it again to another department that needed that document before we finally could get married. And finally, we could get married on the 10th of July instead of 9th of May. So, okay, my husband flew in to Alicante. I flew from Barcelona, finally to Alicante. Yes, we got married on the 10th. And we were flying in to the UK on the 11th. Okay, flashback. You remembered I told you I read so much about UK, what I need, and I knew that I needed a kind of permission or visa to come to the UK, right? Great. My husband later on told me he spoke to the company's lawyer, okay, and he said I didn't need any kind of permission because I was his legal partner, was his domestic partner at the time, and I had a resident card which allowed me to travel to the UK, and so I didn't need a visa. That idea seems to be very easy for my brain instead of applying for visa, so I bought in that idea. I mean, I bought in that idea, period. That was it. Then we got to the airport on the 11th of July after getting married on the 10th of July, and I was denied to get on board. Yes. What? I was mad, I was furious, I was sad, I was crying, and I was rude to my husband because he was the one who convinced me that I didn't need. What happened? I made a video earlier on explaining to you what it is. So I was denied. My husband left me in Alicante because he has to return back to work, and since at the time it was the only income stream that we had, he had to leave. So he left me in Alicante. So I was picked up by my in-law to stay with him. So at the airport, we were informed that I could apply for a permission that would take days, like less than a week. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. I went to the consulate in Alicante. I went to the British consulate in Alicante as I was advised, which was stupid because consulate actually only attend to their citizens, not other citizens who wants to go into their country. But I went anyway. I was desperately looking for answers, so I went. It didn't work out. Then I went back to my notes, ladies, guys, people, like I went back to my notes, back to the roots to read. Okay, then I realized, okay, I need to apply. So go on this website because I had jotted everything down. I went there and I started applying all afresh. It was tedious because there is no British embassy anywhere. They work through a third-party company. So what you do is you apply online first, and then you give your biometric details to another company, which is a third-party company, okay? And then they forward your documents to Liverpool or to the UK Visa and Immigration Center. They process it, send it back to them in Madrid, and they send it back to you in wherever you are. So I had to travel from Alicante to Madrid to give the biometrics. But before then, the process was crazy. It wasn't so easy to allocate your way on their website. And then after that, it wasn't easy to book appointment to give your biometric. It was like a labyrinth. Like there was no exit, there was no entrance. It was crazy to get all the information. And I was working on I'm like, I'm not going to a lawyer. I mean, a lawyer messed me up already, and I've seen lawyers messing other people immigration status. So lawyers, when it comes to immigration, I don't really, I would not comfortably go to a lawyer to fix my traveling. No. So I was doing this alone. Whew, finally, I get to apply. And I needed to also translate all my documents that were in Spanish into English before applying. So everything was closed down because it's COVID. So even though some companies were open, some others were not working. Then again, it is July, August in Spain. That's a holiday season for most companies, most people. Okay, so usually in Spain on the regular in a regular year, Spain is almost shut down in August, September. Okay, some people even start shutting down from July. So there was almost no one to find to translate my document for me, but I had to call back on somebody, a translator that did that for me. When we were preparing our document to get married in Barcelona. So fortunately she was there and we had to work on time. Now flashback again, at the airport we checked in my bag that had all our documents in it, okay, before we realized, or I was told, that I could not fly because I don't have a visa. So to get those things back is going to be a long process. So my husband just left with everything, and I now need those documents to apply for the visa or the permission. So tell you what I was applying for was the AU family permits. Okay, that's what it's called. But now it's not going to be possible because I mean tomorrow is going to be 31st and it's going to be Brexit, so that's not going to be possible. But I don't know if it is. That's the visa you should be looking up to. So my husband has to send me the document. Then he made a mistake. Instead of sending them to me by DHL, which will be fast, he sent it by normal post, and it took 1 month. Do you know what situation I was and the hot soup my husband was in throughout that 1 month? Oh my God. My mother-in-law and I had to go to the post office from time to time to check if the item has, it was crazy. It was, I was giving up. Something that was supposed to take me days. Finally, the documents came. I submitted everything, traveled to Madrid, submitted everything, and I was denied. God, I'm laughing, but trust me, I didn't laugh then. I was crying and mad, and it was frustrating. Okay, so me, I don't give up. So I told myself, I'm going to apply again. And yes, I did. I applied immediately. They denied me on the 17th. It was supposed to take 15 days. When it was time to deny me, they took 12 days, okay? And then I reapplied again on the 18th. So I was denied, and the letter got to me, or the email got to me on the 17th. And I applied on the 18th of August again. And yeah, took me another time. Luckily, I was able to book for an appointment, pay 200 euros for the premium lunch, which was stupid. There is nothing there. It's just a way of making money or extorting money out of people. All of this government offices that provide prime time, stupid time that you could pay for, that are so expensive. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be free. So the free ones are almost never available, but the sold slots are always available. So well, I had no choice. I paid 200 euros, all right, for the lunch, the prime lunch area, just to be attended to, and it was crazy. So I went back to Madrid on the 21st of August. I applied online on the 18th of August, book appointment, and went to Madrid again on 21st of August to submit again my biometric, which was stupid. I once applied. You should have my biometric details in your data. Why do I still need to go back and do it again? So by this, and I still also have to pay, because right now you are in a rush, okay? You are eager to get this done, so you have to pay. See the extortion I'm talking about? Anyway, I went back to give my biometric details that was already in their data again and paid a fee for it. Now I have to wait. The process was crazy. Before, they were involving me and informing me on each stage of my application. I was checking and tracking online, and it was there. The second one, nothing. The tracking was just the information I had on the track was that I have submitted my biometric and my application, nothing else. Whether the application has been submitted to the UK Visa Immigration Center in Liverpool or not, I don't, nothing. And they didn't have telephone number, they didn't have anything. You have to write to them by their website, and it will take 2 days, 3 days. It was crazy, like it was so crazy. And how to even contact the UK Visa and Immigration was another crazy on its own. So I couldn't do it. I have to call my husband and say, honey, you have to do this. You have to do this from the UK, okay? And as also you are my husband, so when you are fighting for me, it makes more sense than me fighting for myself alone. And of course, he understood it. He was doing it, putting in contacts with other people. Like we had to contact a whole lot of people, okay? So finally, we made a contact to a government official who got in contact with them, and they were like, oh yes, we are working on this. And immediately that contact was made. Immediately I received a message from UK Visa. After applying in August, I received a message from them in November. Okay? So in November. And then finally, within 30 minutes, or within 10 minutes, they sent me 4 messages, which were supposed to be coming in like within a spread or sequence of time. It just came within 10 minutes. We have submitted your application to the ukvi. They have responded. Your application is on its way. Your visa is on its way. I'm like, what? So it's the same thing in Europe and all over. You need connection. Somebody needs to know you. Somebody needs to intervene for you. You need connection. You need contact. Not only in so-called third world countries. Okay, don't let them lie to you. It's the same bullshit all over. Wherever there are human beings, there are a lot of bullshit. It has got nothing to do with whether it's in Africa or it's just a lot of bullshit. Same shit wrapped in a different package. Okay, so yes, I got my visa, but when the visa came in my passport, remember that I told you my passport was expiring and I sent it. It was renovated for only 1 year because it was soon to expire, not expired. And so I was considered and was extended. So it wasn't renovated, it was extended, and I got that passport in July. Okay, so now that I applied for a visa that was supposed to be answered or given to me in 15 days, so maximum was that I should be able to travel in September. Now my passport and everything reached me in November, which means I am on a deadline. I am on soon to expire visa again, and I could not travel. Damn it. I have the visa now, but I couldn't travel. The visa that I went through hell day and night of crying, writing to other people, doing research so much online on what to do and how to get them to answer me. This visa finally came and I couldn't travel. By the way, it was 6 months. So my visa was expiring in May 2021, but I cannot travel because my passport is soon to expire in March. So my passport will expire before my visa. And so I have to renovate my passport. Okay. Ghana Embassy is in Madrid. I got in contact with them. It was another story on its own. But finally, okay, luck being on my side, and because they are still good human beings, they are still amazing human beings with empathy, I was able to renovate my passport. And I have now the biometric passport. So this, as you can see, is an old passport, the blue passport, which had my visa, okay, and this is the new passport, the biometric passport, which has the dates 10 years. So I have the two passports all together here. Okay, all together. Clip all together. And with this, now I could travel. So this, Ghana Embassy was amazing. It was the best thing to happen to me this year. I mean, I got this passport within 10 days, okay, but even that, as I had the blue passport, which was not biometric, and I was supposed to renovate it into the biometric, which I came to Spain with already, that old expired biometric passport was in my items in the warehouse. And that was in Barcelona. When I went to the Ghana Embassy with this blue passport, they told me, you have to bring the expired biometric passport. I'm like, what? I cannot reach that passport. It's in the warehouse. Do you know, looking for a passport among a 3-bedroom items in a warehouse? Okay, so let's just cut that story short, and I want to give a shout out to my best friend Olga, because I was in Alicante and it was another wave of lockdown, so it was going to be extremely difficult traveling to Barcelona, going to their warehouse, getting my passport, posting it back to Ghana Embassy, and then they'll post me back the new passport. Okay, I called Olga and she was able to organize some of her friends went to the warehouse, and because I knew exactly what this was, it wasn't super difficult. They got the expired passport, and then she posted it from Barcelona to Madrid to the Ghana embassy, and I got my new passport. So this worked super fast. Within 10 days I already had my biometric Ghanaian passport. And yes, so this arrived to me on the 12th of December. Okay, when I had this and I could travel, my husband was already in Alicante visiting us and was on holiday. He wanted to spend the Christmas with his family. I had read enough, and I know Brexit is crazy, and I knew I had to be in England before 31st of December. So I told my husband, I'm sorry, we're not spending Christmas in Alicante, we're going. Everybody was sad. My in-laws were sad, like, oh, we went through. It was tears of joy, by the way. When my passport came finally, it was tears of joy. We're all crying. My in-law played a great part in all of this, okay? So, well, we had to cut our holiday short, pack our things and everything. So we arrived here on the 19th of December. I was so happy that finally, from 28th January to being able to enter here on the 19th of December, that was amazing. At the border, I was told, well, you're lucky that you entered early and you should start already processing your pre-settlement status, which is a sort of residence that give you the right to work and to live here. I got here and immediately I started applying for the pre-settlement status on 19th, and also I need to book another appointment to give my biometric details again. I'm like, don't you have database? Oh gosh. Okay, so I had to book and I had to pay, and I'm waiting for that day to be able to do this. I know, like, I'm so happy. I have transitioned to a different career. I've transitioned to another country this year with all that is going on, and I know a lot of you have done a lot of great things. And I'm so proud of you, even though I do not know you, but trust me, I'm proud of every great effort you have made this year, because it hasn't been an easy year at all. It's, you know, death isn't the worst thing to happen to you, okay? You could be alive and a lot of horrible things could happen, like this, the panic, okay? The panic and the thought that you might not be able to see your loved one, your friends, the people you care so much, or you might not be able to come back to the life that we used to know. It's more than death. It's scary, because when you die, you don't feel anything, you don't hear anything. But when you're alive, shit, you feel every shit. So this is my story. I made it and I'm so happy. And I went through a lot, but I didn't give up. My husband didn't give up. So please don't give up on anything you're doing. Be also supportive to other people who are going through certain situations. Be there for them. I'm here now. I'm happy. I'm happy I'm going to integrate again into another culture. And well, it's going to be another story. So yes, I'm going to be again feeding you with a lot of immigration info from here and other stuff from here, but I still have a lot of topics to cover about immigration in Spain. I haven't left Spain. Spain is my second home, so we will be like going to Spain and being here. So I'm still going to give you a lot of information about immigration in Spain and other stuff, lifestyle and everything. Thank you very much for spending this much time, investing this much time into watching this video. If you made it to this point, I love you and I appreciate you. Tomorrow is 31st. The year is going to come to an end. I will do a video. So let's just end it here. Bye.
Stay motivated and inspired.